Hey, it's Rick Khan, and in this video, I'm going to reveal how to choose the best Facebook ad structure to make selling easy. Now, since post iOS, Facebook has gotten a lot smarter than ever before. And now, more than ever, it's important to structure your campaigns in the correct way. Because when you choose the right campaign structure for your ad campaigns, you can literally utilize the Facebook algorithm to help make selling easy and get high quality leads. Because when you give the right inputs and get specific with your goals on Facebook, you can feed the algorithm to work at its best. So by the end of this lesson, you should understand and know which is the best structure for you to select, which will give you the confidence to set up the right outcomes. So with that said, there are 3 core campaign structures that I highly recommend you focus on, which are the direct to offer, the lead magnet structure, and the educational growth strategy. And what you want to do is pick the one that's right for you, as each of these structures are designed to be tailored for your product or service so that you can get the correct outcome for Facebook to make it easy to sell, which starts with the direct to offer. Now, this structure is a very simple one. And one thing I love about this is the simplicity about it, because the more you simplify things, the better Facebook works with its machine learning. And perhaps best of all, this simplicity allows you to work on things that are important to move the needle forward in your business. But saying that, what does the direct to offer look like? Well, it's basically selecting the sales objective that uses your Facebook ad to lead your prospect to your sales offer, essentially getting people to click to the offer. Now, I say click and not sell, because the job of your Facebook ad isn't to sell, but only to pre-frame and get your prospect ready to buy. So all you're really doing with your Facebook ad is selling the click to the offer. So the question is, when should you use this? Well, if you sell a product or service that's between $1 to $100, then I would definitely say at least try the direct to offer first, because with this low ticket price, people will usually buy from instant impulsive decisions. And you don't need to overcomplicate this process by adding too many steps, as it could be more expensive than it's worth. Then if you offer something free, such as a consultation or a quote. So for example, if you're giving a quote as a roofer, a consultant of some kind, then again, it makes sense. Or let's say if you offer a free trial, maybe you're a software business or a subscription service that you can offer a free trial, going straight to direct to offer makes sense, because these are all low barrier offers. But then we have the lead magnet or webinar structure. Now, this strategy is when you give something of value that helps your prospect into action fast in exchange for their telephone number or email. And good examples of lead magnets are, for example, checklists, guides, audios, video training, cheat sheets, or even doing a webinar. And doing this strategy, you're basically warming up the audience first, because if you believe you need to first give value before asking for the sale, then this would be advisable to give a lead magnet first. So what would this look like? Well, you would select the lead objective, and I would recommend you take them to an opt-in page rather than the lead forms on Facebook, because by doing this, you gain more commitment from your prospect, as they take more action that will give you higher quality leads over the quantity of the lead. But anyway, once you select this, then your ad will take your prospect to the opt-in page, and after they opt in, they'll land on a one-time offer page where this is not essential. Usually you can put a thank you page, but I highly advise doing it if you haven't already. I mean, all you're really doing is putting a sales page after the opt-in rather than a thank you page. It's a simple thing to do, but it can give you massive big rewards. But once they become a lead, then you take them through your email sequence and you'll continue to follow up with your offer or even more offers. So the question here is then, when should you use this structure? Well, it's when you have a product or service that is beyond $200 or more, and the decision of buying isn't made on an instant impulsive decision. Then if you want to first build your list and grow an audience, you can sell multiple offers. And also if you offer consultation, courses, and coaching. So pretty straightforward. And then finally, the educational growth strategy. Now, this is something new, but if you're familiar to Jeff Walker's product launch formula, where you create a series of value videos in your emails, you're essentially taking value videos and putting them into your Facebook before your prospects even reach your sales page. But the premise of this system is that you're able to tap into cold audiences who have never heard of you to then educate and give results in advance to your prospects that utilize Facebook's AI, and then it asks for the sale. So the question is, who is this structure good for? Well, this is good for high ticket sales where nobody's really going to buy something for $3,000 off the bat without making a serious buying decision first. Or let's say if your sales page is very weak and you're not a very good copywriter, this will help develop authority and trust before they even reach your sales page, making it easy to sell. And then if you have no audience and you want to grow it before they buy. So basically, it's a very good structure for those who want to give value first and build authority. So how does this all work? Well, it starts with cold traffic positioning. You see, by educating, giving goodwill with results in advance, you position your prospect's frame before they even reach your sales page. So these are the people who are completely cold, who have never seen you or your business before and are at the highest skeptical level. And what you're going to do is target large Facebook interests and target them with angles that help them get results in advance, which means you're going to chart out your prospects' problems and objections. Then you're going to map out each step of how you're going to help them reach their desired results of where your ideal customer is at and where they want to be. And here's the thing, when you do this, you also want to answer their objections in the process, because once you start demonstrating and overcoming all their objections, you're literally taking most of the skepticism out of them and doing it in a way where you're being genuinely helpful. Now, to implement this, you can do this in many ways, but ultimately, you do it by creating the best format for your business and what you're comfortable in doing, whether it's through a blog, a video, or audio recordings. Now, to mention, you don't have to create hundreds of pieces of content. Just a simple single blog or video could be enough. It all depends on how you use this strategy. But with that said, if we take an example of someone learning to run Facebook ads to their website, first thing they'll need is a website. They'll create a funnel, then they'll run the ads, and then what we'll do is break it all down into smaller pieces. With this quick example, let's say they'll need a domain hosting, they'll install WordPress, install themes, plugins, create the landing page, and then create the Facebook campaign. Then you want to find where can you build out the content to help them. So let's say I would want help with creating the landing page. I would then build out content showing step by step how to help them get results. Now, the key here, like I mentioned earlier, is that not only are you teaching, but within this content, you want to also make sure you answer any objections that they may have. This is an essential factor to further help remove any skepticism. But now doing all this, you're in the process of providing real value and you're proving to the market how you can help them with their problems. But then it's time to utilize Facebook's AI and stacking that value even further, which I call the value build, where you're now going to retarget people with more value and building trust with your audience as they get to know more about you and your brand and how you can help fill the gap of their problems. Basically, here you're going to duplicate each of these video ads and let Facebook retarget people who watch video views of at least 25% or more. And then you're going to let Facebook determine which video people should watch, because here's the thing, Facebook has so much data points that their machine learning knows about its users than we would ever know. And they know exactly which video and in what order its users will best react to. So basically you can let Facebook do its job and let them continue to build the value with each of your videos. They'll show the right video at the right time to each user in your targeting selection. But with that said, here's where you now can do two things. Because depending on your offer and your funnel entry, you can really lower their skepticism and add a lead offer, where you're gonna run a conversion ad alongside this strategy that goes to either a lead magnet or directly to your sales page. But if you do the lead magnet, this will offer even more value and goodwill. That will create even more reciprocity and it'll help further their goals. I mean, ask yourself this question. If someone has gone through this whole process, how much more likely are they going to buy from you? Because on average, it takes up to 8 touch points to get a sale. It could be more or less, but after getting all this exposure and doing it in a way where you've given results in advance, eliminates a lot of skepticism, builds trust, and it increases the chance of making a purchase. But now I've given you the different strategies. Make sure to pick the right one for what suits your business. And if you're new, keep it simple as the last strategy is advanced and it's not needed straight away. But saying that, it's important that you know the numbers that fit the right structure. And this is probably going to be the make or break of your advertising. Your numbers are the KPIs that will help make and drive your advertising decisions. And without these numbers, you're not going to understand when you're supposed to scale and what is success for you. So one thing about me is that I like to keep it all simple. You don't need to know silly numbers such as your impressions, your click-through rates, and so on. Just know these 3 numbers only that apply to your outcome. How much it costs to get a lead, your CPL. How much to acquire a customer, your CPA. And what's your AOV, your average order value, across all your products. And when you know these numbers, then you need to know which of these numbers are going to drive your Facebook results. Is it a lead you're after? If so, how much are you willing to spend? Is it to get a sale from your Facebook or even from your one-time offer page? If so, how much do you need to spend? Or how much on average does your customer spend across all the different products? So for example, let's say if you have a product at $37, you want to make sure to let yourself spend up to $37 to find out if what you have works. Because if you stop your ad at $27, you won't know if you're about to get a sale at the break-even point. Because your goal as an advertiser is not to make a profit on the front end. It's just to break even on your ad spend and make your profit from your follow-up, your order bumps, your one-click upsells. So make sure to let the ad run until it gets to your average order value or your cost per acquisition, or even the metric you're using to monitor your results. In some cases, you could even leave a small room to go above your break-even spend if you know your follow-up is very strong. But with all this said, you should now be armed with the best structure for running your ads. And once you know which structure is right for you, then you can learn how to exploit the Facebook algorithm and put your ads in front of your best audience with this. And make sure to stay up to date with Facebook algorithms by considering to subscribe below. And until then, I'll see you in the next video.